Just do it. No, I don't own the copyrights to this slogan, but it was a slogan made back in 1988 by a guy named Dan Winden for Nike. This is my self introduction. Even though I've been down these same lanes before and failed, I've been given the opportunity to do it again, to excel in extraordinary measures. Time waits on no one, and my time is now. Hello, I'm Maria Brandy. I'm 27 years old. I'm a wife, mother, daughter, sister, and a friend. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, where I now currently reside. I've always enjoyed the best out of life, being this humble spirit, very shy and timid, with a smile. I was the opposite of a ton of my peers. I never knew what I really wanted. I never knew what to expect, but what I did know was what I deserved. So I never settled for anything less. Growing up, my parents really didn't know how to really relate to me and my sister or even conversate about anything. For the most part, things like good oral health, good eating habits, cleaning before bed, things that should have been taught as basic life skill in the home wasn't talked about in our home. What I was taught was to go to church. When I say I was dragged to just about every church in Birmingham metropolitan area, this is where I was taught. This is what gave me hope. All the things I didn't know, this is where it was placed in perspective. Church is what helped me put my life in sense. I'm aware that all people don't feel the same and have different religious backgrounds and teachings, and that's fine. But this worked for me. This made me me. Being a God fearing woman, I'm a firm believer that nothing happens by chance. I also believe that nothing happens in a life without it being a lesson to learn from. Whether I failed or passed the test, it all played a part and happened for a reason. Best, but best believe when I did fail, it wasn't to hinder me, only protect me from the dangers I couldn't see. I have always been a talented something. I literally have hands that can do just about whatever I put my hands to, my mouth to. I have a diverse nature and work history as well. Here's where I got my first summer job when I was 16 years old, working in a daycare up until 2010, upon graduating high school in 2010. Instead of me applying to colleges, I applied for jobs. I was just so used to having whatever I wanted, I started to want more material things that didn't even matter. What mattered was for me to start a new foundation for myself and better me as a person. I've always hustled doing hair. My first client was my sister, then my mom. Of course, even when my mother was taking care of me, I still always wanted my own. Next, I found myself working. And when I say working, I meant just that. 2010, I started working at a beauty supply store, working at a beauty as a beauty expertise, helping customers find that perfect glam look for them and to fit their individual personalities. I was also able to pass out my contact cards to build my clientele for my hustle. 2011, was still working at the beauty supply store, and I started working at a telemarketing call center. This was just something I was trying. The beauty store was still not paying enough. I was getting older. Life was changing. I had bills. This job didn't last though. It was one of those commission jobs. and they fired me faster than they hired me. 2012, I started working with a commercial cleaning service. This job was very messy, and they wasn't paying me enough to clean their feces. All while I was still working at the beauty supply store. I loved this job so well, but it was barely paying me bills, and I never had enough for myself to really enjoy. 2013, I started working at a plant called Sterilite. It was great money, but the work was so hard. The shifts were so long, 12 hours locked in a plant, no central air and heat, no windows for the most part, and I couldn't even leave out on break. I felt like a caged animal, a caged paid animal. It's also it also had its good parts. I can't knock it because I did work there. And if it wasn't for this job, I wouldn't have met my significant other. After this, life went on a spiral. It was going so fast. I even had my first son by the end of 2013. That was the best part. I didn't work the rest of 2013. I enrolled in school January 2014. I thought, okay, this is my time to chase after my career. But that very next month, February 2014, my husband lost his job. So I had to start back on the hunt again because he needed help. I started working for Sam's Club August 2014, and I worked there for a year. I was really enjoying it. By 2015, I dropped out of school again because my husband kept finding these jobs through temp services, and that just what the job was, temporary. Meanwhile, those bills kept coming. I had to take up more hours at work, which led to me doing less studying and dedicated toward my classes. You know what happened next? I dropped out. Then, for the first time, I dedicated all my time to this job. Then life started to hit a little different. Problem after problem. I got fired. We hit rock bottom. I was homeless with a 2-year-old boy because they fired me. I dedicated myself to these jobs, went to work faithfully. But as soon as my son was diagnosed with asthma, I had to miss a few days here and there to see about him. They didn't care. That's when I decided to boss up my life, that no matter what stands in my way, when the opportunity presents itself again, I would be able to better my life, my family lives, especially the little ones that look up to me lives. I was going to school so I could get a career where I got real benefits and not get fired over things that's not in my control. In 2016, I started working for UPS. That's some real work, great benefits. That's what I thought I wanted. Um, After 10 months, I resigned and went to take a 6-week course to become a certified tax preparer agent. I still use this every year as extra income. August 2017, I started working at STS, where I assisted in transportation of children with autism. I went hard, then I realized I'm tired. 2018, God blessed me with a little girl, February 15, 18. My husband got a major promotion, March 1st, 2018. He came home and told me I didn't have to go back to work after 6 weeks. After my 6 weeks was up, I could stay home and raise my children and finally go back to school. Never lose hope or insight of your dream. In my case, God made a way for me just when I thought I was going to be stuck living paycheck to paycheck. With that saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, God made a way for me out of nowhere. I will always keep faith and never lose my dreams or let my dreams die. No, I don't have it all planned out. even at 27. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the degree. What I do know, I'm not going to give up. I will always seek ye first the kingdom of God. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. And the rest will fall in place. Thank you.